it's a pleasure. You know, what you've all been waiting for, the last panel of the meeting, okay? So let's go, okay, it's not, basically, you didn't have anything before that. Let me see. Let me go back. Okay, here. So this is where we are. Now this is the panel. Now I'm not going to go through this. Each person as they come forward will tell you a little bit about themselves and the title of their talk. But what I would do, I'll do a snapshot of Texas today. That's my thing. So let's look at the profile of the great state of Texas, okay? If you look at this, the population today, we are 47% white, 37% Hispanic. Now if you look at that top two rows, it's very interesting that it's 85%. So the axiom of Texas demography is the population, white plus brown, is 85, okay? That's it. And if you look at it, it's interesting. In 10 years, we're going to be even, 43, 43. Today, we're 47 white, 37. In 20 years, it'll switch, okay? So we change about 5 to 6%. So as the Hispanic population goes up 5 to 6% per decade, the white population goes down. So if you look at this line, in the year 3000, the Hispanic population will be 85%. That means there'll be no more whites, okay? They're all gone, okay? Lo siento mucho, okay? Quiero decir que I'm sorry to bring the bad news, but I'm really happy I speak Spanish, okay? Now look at the black population. It's slowly decreasing. See, 12, 12, 11, 2. So those are interesting things. Now why is the Hispanic population going up so fast? The red is the United States, yellow is Texas, it's the same. But if you look, for every non-Hispanic who dies, 1.5 non-Hispanics are born. For every Hispanic that dies in the United States or in the country, 8 are born. 8. How can you explain that? We're very romantic people, okay? The Catholic Church, it's actually that we're very young people. But that's it. I mean, 8 to 1, and you can see why we're going forward so fast. So what do we do well? The top line says, don't finish high school. We're the best in the state at not finishing high school. 50% of Hispanics in Texas don't finish high school. Now the blacks, that's the second thing. The blacks are the best at finishing high school and going no place else, okay? The whites are the best at finishing high school and a little bit of college. But look at the Asians. Finish high school, finish college, and more, 50%. So there's the breakout right now. What do we own? We Hispanics not finishing high school, okay? Where do we go to college? 2-year schools. 1 in 3 white go to community college, 1 in 3 black. Asian, 1 in 3. Hispanics, 1 in 2. A lot of us go to community colleges. Some facts. Blacks are 12% of the Texas population. Tier 1 institutions. Texas A&M, 3% black. UT Austin, 5% black. Rice, 7% black. HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities, are 3% of the nation's institution of higher learning, yet they produce 43% of all the STEM bachelor degrees, okay? Extremely low transfer to Tier 1 schools. So what does that say? That the blacks in Texas are either in community colleges or HBCUs. So we probably do the worst job of educating blacks of any state in the country. Education continued. Let's look at the bottom line. Undergraduate percent, this is STEM, this is in mathematics. I decided to put math, it's typical. 26% of the undergraduates in math at UT Austin are minority. But look at 26%, that's the highest in the United States. So we want to brag about Texas. 2% graduate, big cliff. Faculty, 2 Hispanic, you'll see one of them here. Black, 0. The latest hires, assistant professors. Of the last 12 hires in mathematics at the Department of Mathematics, University of Texas, Austin, 10 of the 12 have been foreign, okay? So if we go to A&M, 19% underrepresented minority in math, 12% at the graduate level, faculty 3 Hispanics, 0 black again. Now, if we go to Rice, we have a math department and we have applied math, and CAM is applied math. 18% undergraduate, 20% minorities in the graduate population. The 20% is the highest of any Tier 1 school in the United States. The 26% for Texas is the highest percentage of underrepresented minorities in math of any Tier 1 school in Texas. It's the top 10% rule. Don't credit UT Austin for going off and saying, we're going to do something great. The 20% graduate, yes, give credit Rice. But I did it. Okay, I did it. Okay. All right. What else do I want to say about that? No, let's see, foreign-born, the new latest hires. No black faculty of any of the Tier 1 schools, except one, and that's at Rice. Hispanics are here and there. There's a general feeling that says one is enough, one is not enough. STEM minority student asks, will I be taught by someone who looks like me? Answer, don't expect it. Okay? Separate but not equal. Look at the funding situation if you look at schools. I just picked a line. Texas Southern University, their annual budget divided by the number of students, $9,000. Okay, lowest in the state. UT Pan Am, $13,000. UT Austin, $34,000. Rice, $84,000. For comparison purposes, Stanford, $185,000 a year per student. Harvard, $181,000. We could go into the endowments, and they would reflect that thing. But we're not spending a lot of money in case we think we are, especially at the other levels. Separate but equal. We tend to believe in a state that's separate but equal, but it's not equal. University of Texas, in the lack of, let's say, understanding and wisdom, our educational forefathers, our legislators, built UT Austin and the 8 dwarfs. Okay? Consequence of the implementation. Texas' top 10% rule is very hard to implement. All minorities who are accepted in a 10% rule want to go to UT Austin. Creates problems, serious problems. Consequence of essentially UT Austin and the 7 dwarfs. One of the schools in the system is a Tier 1. That's Austin. This is not good for Texas education. Okay? In comparison with California, the University of California is UC Berkeley and the 9 Sisters. Consequence, 7 of the branches are Tier 1. This is good for California. Minorities go everywhere. A major factor in minority STEM representation, the loss of what I call the precious few. The precious few are those minority students who go to Tier 1 schools. This is Tier 1. And then they are used to functioning with self-confidence and can't hang. So either in STEM areas, they decide to transfer away from STEM, migrate away from STEM, or say, I will stay here, but I've been so beat up and I've lost so much confidence, I would never spend another 4 years in graduate school doing this. Okay? The loss of the precious few. Now contrast that to minority-serving institutions which promote confidence and send their students to graduate school. Contrast those two issues. The sad reality is that, and I'm talking about Rice too, the Tier 1 minority STEM dropout of STEM is probably better prepared for graduate school than the entering graduate student from the minority-serving institutions. But we lose them.